Today I'm going to be tackling a Viking chair build, but we're going to ditch the intimidating mortise and tenon joints. If you're like me and you're still mastering that skill, this is the project for you. I'm starting out with some walnut, white oak, and maple. It's all rough lumber, so I'll be milling mine down to strips that are about 1 to 2 inches wide. This will be the building blocks for our chair. I cut all the strips an extra 1.5 inches long to give me some room to trim later if needed after gluing. And tip, if you don't have access to a planer or a joiner, you can buy pre-milled wood at most home centers. Once I have all the strips milled, it's time to plan the layout. I want about half the width of the finished chair to be the middle tenon section, so I arrange the pieces accordingly. It looks a little too blocky, so I make a few narrow strips on the table saw to give more visual interest. That's better. I clean up the edges through the planer to make sure they're ready for glue. Now that the strips are ready, we need to trim them to length. The plan I am using has 10 inches for the seat section, and I'll allow an extra 1/4 inch for trimming after gluing up. Make sure you double check your measurements. I'll leave a link to the dimensions that I used in the description. To ensure the tenon section will easily fit through the mortise, I will reduce the width of the centerpiece by about 1/8 of an inch. If you like this video so far, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more woodworking projects. This is where it starts to come together. We check our alignment for the seat piece, and then we apply wood glue to both edges of the strips and clamp securely. To save some sanding time later, make sure you do not apply glue to the outside of the tenon sections that will be exposed. Like I did. Whoops. I'll let the glue dry overnight and get going again in the morning. Now, with the glue fully dried, I'm going to be planing the chair down to the desired thickness. I'm aiming for somewhere around 1 1/8 of an inch. Be sure to plan until all the rough glue lines are gone, as this will be the final tenon thickness and can't be adjusted later. I'll trim the seat section to 10 inches and the length of the whole piece to 30 inches. I want to be sure to save the cutoff to use as a setup block for the mortise. I lay out the mortise piece using the same design as I did on the tenon piece. The mortise piece will begin 10 inches from the end of the piece, and I need to cut out a section about 1/8 of an inch longer than the tenon setup block that we saved earlier. To make alignment during gluing a little bit easier, I draw some lines across the whole width of the piece, and then add some X's to make sure I cut the right pieces off. With the pieces cut to length, it's time to glue up the mortise pieces. I take extra time to ensure it's lined up square and all the pieces are even in the mortise. When applying glue, be careful not to apply excess glue around the mortise section. All excess glue will need to be wiped up or sanded off later. Once it's thoroughly dry, it's time to run it through the planer. I do a quick check of the fit. Phew, all good. Time to trim to length. The part below the mortise is 10 inches and the whole piece is 30 inches. I'll use a roundover bit to soften the edges of the chair. And give it a quick sand before finishing. I'm going to use a clear waterproof finish to make the color contrast in the wood pop and give it some protection from the elements. I ended up making 2 chairs. Let me know in the comments below which one you like better.